Hi, welcome to this special edition of the Aortic Halloween Kitchen. I am Rob Seltzer, the Aortic Chef,
Seltzer, the aortic dietitian.
and we are here to have a little fun on Halloween. We got a few things to show you. We're doing it early today. If you're here, you already know that. But we wanted to give everybody a chance to be able to answer their doorbells and go for the kids and all that type of stuff we do on Halloween. So we'll get this done. We're going to do three things and have some fun with it. Just a couple of quickies to make sure that we all have a good time on Halloween. So Mindy's going to start. She is going to start with good old-fashioned molasses popcorn balls. So it's a little bit of a improvement on the regular popcorn ball. There's corn syrup, and she's using molasses, which has a little bit more nutrition to it. It's got an iron boost and stuff, and she'll tell you about that. And I'm going to go do some other things. So go for it, Mindy.
Well, we looked for a whole bunch of recipes, and since I just got my lab results back, I decided, well, maybe I shouldn't make the 4 quarts popcorn. So I've reduced the recipe down, but people put the 4 quart recipe in. I cut it in the third. So first thing that we're gonna do is you gotta buy fancy molasses, which I thought was organic, fair trade, or the other word that you use is blackstrap molasses without anything added to it. Regular sugar and a little bit of butter or margarine or butter. And I made just about a quart. Thank you, Jim. I just made about a quart popcorn. And let me tell you, it's regular stovetop popcorn, nothing added to it. You can't use microwave popcorn according to the recipes I looked at. I have not made this since Girl Scouts, so I can't promise you it's going to turn out 100%, but I'm going to work at it. The reason I'm going first is because we have to get, I'm putting the butter in, we have to get this syrup into a brittle ball stage, like a hard candy stage. And the only way you can do that is cook it and let it heat to 250 to 266 degrees. So we're going to put all the items together, and that's what's going to take the time. So that's why I'm starting first. Then when this is to the right temperature, I'm going to dribble it over the popcorn, probably after Rob's done with his meatballs. Did you know that? I gave it away. Meatballs? I said meatballs. Okay, well, I did not say meatballs. I did. No, they're going to be popcorn balls. And this will take a while to heat. You have to stay with it all the time or it'll burn. Because it's going to be boiling for quite a long time to get it to that ball stage. I put a glass of ice water in the refrigerator so that when I'm ready to test, I have it available to make the little drops and make it form that nice hard coating that we want. My other favorite thing is caramel apples. I love caramel apples. I have to have at least a caramel apple in September, one in October, and one in November while the apples are fresh. As you can see on the table, it's all mixing together, but it's very thin. So I'm gonna just keep stirring.
Is there a particular apple that's best for caramel apples?
I happen to like Granny Smith apples because you get that sweet and that tart tang at the same time. But the new apples, it's a cosmic apple. Those would probably make a good one. And I think I used to use Macintosh. I've never made one with a delicious. With the golden delicious, red delicious.
I'm not sure.
But
Let's say hi to
actually,
Tom and Christina and John. And Karen dropped in to say, is it caramel or caramel?
caramel. caramel is the filling, soft filling, isn't it? And there's a thermometer missing, sir. Did I bury it? I did. So as you can see, this has a good rolling boil to it. We are at 200 and it's going faster than I thought it would. We're at 215.25. It's getting there. So let me step back. Oh, did I put the butter all away? I know, honey. Why, am I gonna burn it again?
Yes.
You're right. Yeah. Almost there. I'm at 239 right now. Can you take the water out of the fridge for me, please? There's a little cup of water in there with ice. So I don't know how it's going to turn out because I've never done it with molasses. It's going to have that brown, golden brown color to them. And I need some butter. I guess I could use olive oil for now. It says to put butter on your hands too. Yeah. Rob brought these new toys for us. They're olive bottles. They pour and they spray and they stream all at the same out of the same product. You can demonstrate, dear.
Things show you on Mindy's head.
Oh, thank you. I didn't need my oil treatment today yet. Come on, baby. You can get up there. Quite yet. Softball. Can I show 'em? So I drizzled a little bit in the water, minus the ice cubes, if you can see it. And
Bring it back a
thank
little.
you.
There you go, a little bit more.
I got my bowl in the way. And
almost in frame. There we go.
there. And if you look, they're not quite a ball yet. They're hard though. They're flat. I've never figured out how you can take a product like sugar and, you know, water boils at 212, but nothing that you make candy or sugar with is below 250. 47, I'm almost there, guys. 49. Sugar's not water, but it turns to a liquid. Why is that? So we're going to try it one more time, see if we're ready. And we are. Can you see the little hard balls?
Yep.
So we are perfect. To me, it looks like tadpole. It's close enough. Close enough for this. So now I'm supposed to drizzle it and toss and then butter my hands and roll them into the balls. No, I got it. I got it, dear. Thank you. It's like I never cooked before. Well, let's put it this way. I haven't cooked a lot lately. Someone took over in the kitchen. So I looked at all the popcorns. I ended up buying Jolly Time white popcorn because I was a good Nana and I bought Boy Scout popcorn microwave because I said, oh, I have a can of it, the regular at home still. No, not anymore. I don't know where it went. Oh my goodness. You can see how it's sticky. And it's hot. I'm trying to. Okie doke. We're going to move this over here. You can see a little bit of it.
Just to put her hands out.
Hold on. I'm going to take my ring off. Don't want to oil my ring.
Okay. Spritzer, little atomizer. It's really great for oils. If you want it, if you're really trying to control, you can spray that on your salad. Just lightly mist it. Or I use it to, spray a pan now. We got tired when the aerosols are just problematic, the stuff in the can. You have to make sure you buy the right one that doesn't have water in it. And you still got propellant and you've got the silicone in it and just things that, the side of my.
Okay, honey, you're going to have to help me start doing this. It's cooling off too
Well,
fast.
you're just.
I'm playing.
Oh.
You know? I have a feeling the olive oil is going to give it a funny flavor.
Nah. Olive oil is delicious any way you use it.
Remember the first time we had the chocolate olive cake?
Mm-hmm. Olive oil cake.
It was the weirdest sensation. I need some more oil, please. It was the weirdest sensation and going like, something doesn't taste right in this, but it tastes good.
We had it in Italy.
And we had it in Italy, and it was this little place, and they just, that's where we also had the food product called Lardo. Same restaurant.
Yep.
Who eats Lardo? Anyone in the audience ever eat Lardo?
Definitely not me. This is the first time I've ever heard of it.
Okay.
Tom knows what it is, doesn't he? Tom's a good Italian boy and a chef.
So
that's hot.
Taste one.
Hot candy.
Oh.
Should be delicious.
Yes.
I know it would be. And the black and white is very pretty. All right, so lardo, you know how when they make prosciutto and they leave, the whole leg of the pig and they cure it, and then they live that, there's like a good inch, 2 inch fat layer that also cures with the meat. So lardo is just the fat. They take the back fat from the pig and they cure it just like they do prosciutto or pancetta, which is the Italian bacon. So then they, cure it for 6 months, a year, and they slice it really, really thin and serve it on a plate with other on a pasta and condiments and bread. And so it's just cured fat, nothing that. It's bacon without any lean in it, basically.
White.
So, Josh, you should love it.
White fat.
And it is actually delicious.
It sounds delicious. Christina
Yes,
has
it
also
is.
never heard of this.
Who has?
Christina has also never heard of this.
Right. So, I mean, it's just pure pig fat,
Seasoned.
and
It looked pretty.
it's delicious. Mindy won't touch it. She doesn't eat pig anyways.
And then just to
pretty much.
eat fat.
I don't
Yeah,
mind
wasn't
it.
going to happen. Okay,
Okay.
that's the last one.
Okay.
If you look, the bowl's a mess.
Okay.
But the
Well,
bowl's
hot water will take care of this. Hands first, please.
oh sure.
So, those popcorn balls, if you can see them, I assume you can. They'll just sit out for a little while and harden. And then you can do like they do commercially if you want to wrap them up in saran wrap, in
Wax paper, they said.
wax paper.
Or you buy little holiday bags. But we're gonna let it cool. If you see, I can touch it now.
Slide that underneath the camera a little bit more.
This.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see they're all just form little mountains. I'm sure you could shape it into any shape you wanted to as well.
And with that recipe, if you want, you can. You don't want to do the molasses, you can, use the corn syrup. Or you can increase your sugar and just add a little more, add a little water to it, so that it forms. But I think the molasses is nice because of the extra benefits.
And the iron.
Molasses, the flavor.
And it gives you an excuse to eat candy. I'm going to put these aside for now. You don't need the right table, do you? I'm going to give you your microphone back after I wash my hands. So when we got back from our trip, my daughter goes, the soap dispenser doesn't work. I said, yeah, it does. And then she shows us, but we've been using this. And they had the new Dawn foaming spray. That's a serious one. Power wash. Thank you.
Perfect.
So
Okay,
you spray it and then you leave it alone and wipe it off with a
Yeah.
paper towel and your hands clean.
so you're now being an advertisement for Dawn. That's nice. Here, thank you. Okay, so what I'm going to do, a couple of fun things for Halloween. I am going to prepare. I have little meatball eyeballs. All right, that'll look at you right in the face, right in the eye. And I have little rats, real little rats, and they're all going to be served on a bed of bloody pasta. So I made yes. Well, yes, worms, bloody worms. We used to do that was a way I think many of you probably heard about that on Halloween. Uh, some people used to like in their house take an area like their basement and make their own little house of horrors. And the one person they put cooked spaghetti on the floor and made the kids take their shoes off, and then they would put grapes in it, and they told them that they were walking through a room full of worms and eyes, and kids would freak out and things like that. So this is kind of a little bit of a take on that. So yes, it is worms. So I made meatballs out of turkey. I'll be posting that recipe. It's really just basic meatball. You can make any meatball you want. You can use your favorite meatloaf recipe. Doesn't really matter. Okay, but I use turkey, and I use my homemade breadcrumbs from my bread so that it didn't have sodium. Because when I used the commercial breadcrumbs, there were like 254 milligrams of sodium in 2 meatballs. When I used my homemade no salt added breadcrumbs, it went down to 50. So unless you can find no salt added breadcrumbs. So my sauce I'm going to make has Heinz chili sauce or any other chili sauce. There's Bennett's, there's different types. And this is really the simplest thing. My mother taught me this recipe years and years ago. But yes, all of the mothers in Detroit, especially the Jewish mothers, because Detroit was the home of Verner's ginger ale. And this is cooking with ginger ale. But I'm changing it a little bit because the chili sauce itself has 240 milligrams of sodium in a tablespoon, okay? And nobody eats a tablespoon of sauce, or just 2. So I'm going to cut it with some tomatoes, make it a little bit thinner. And this will also make it a little chunky, so it'll look a little more creepy when we're done with it. So I have here my Italian. I only buy, you guys know that, I only buy Italian box tomatoes or canned tomatoes because they don't put any salt in their tomatoes when they make them. And I'm having a real hard time with this box today. Nope, I got it. Look at that. So it's 12-ounce bottle of chili sauce. These have 10 milligrams in a half cup, these tomatoes. And this is a 13, just over 12. So pretty much the box, okay, because we're going to cut that. I've now reduced that sodium down to 120. Put those together. And the third thing is ginger ale. Now, Verner's Ginger Ale, that's a Detroit institution. They made it right downtown on Woodward Avenue. It's now pretty much available. I don't know if it's nationwide, but I know east of the Mississippi, you can pretty much get it anywhere. But something has happened in the transfer and them not making it just in Detroit, they make it all around the country. It's lost some of that ginger zing. So Well, could be. So the new, what's very popular now is ginger beer. So I'm going to use ginger beer, which has a lot more ginger. Or you could just throw a lot of, sliced ginger, finely chopped, grated ginger in there as well. But we need the liquid. So also take some of that ginger ale or ginger beer and put it in your chili sauce bottle so you can rinse it out. And here we go. Here we go. Okay. Now this says it's a 12-ounce can, but well, no, I'm not full yet. Got to be careful I don't overcarbonate in here and shoot it all over the ceiling. Yeah. So, yeah, but I cleaned that all up. Okay. There we go. Let's fill that baby up. Whoop. And we'll put that ginger ale in there. Now, I usually put this on the stove and I cook it for, 20 minutes to a half hour just to get the flavors to meld. Excuse me. Mm, that is good. Right. Or you can brown them in the oven first and then drop them in and finish them, which works real well too. So, but um, if your meatballs are cooked, or if you're going to do that, if you're going to cook them in the sauce, you don't even have to cook the sauce first. You can just put it all together. I am going to warm it up. So I'm going to put it in the microwave for a couple of minutes and heat it up here. And while I'm talking, there we go. We're going to let that cook. Okay. Now let me show you what I've done. So I made the meatballs, and actually the shaping was really easy, easier than I thought it was going to be. Now I've done these all ahead because otherwise they're going to take a really long time to make. Because this is, it's a little labor intensive to do this. So you can see my little rats. So that's the meatball mix, or the meatloaf mix. And what I used to shape it was this nice oval tablespoon. So you can see I just dipped it, took my hand, shaped it, pushed it off, and pinched the nose a little bit just to make sure that it, looked like a mouse nose or a rat nose. We use sliced carrots for the ears. I see one fell out. Oh, well, he's got a problem. He has a hearing problem.
Yeah.
And, and this one fell over. That looks good. That's a sideways eyeball. So now for the eyes, I like to brush these, and if I can, we'll see if I'll be able to. But I did brush these with a little bit of the sauce earlier so they had some color. Now I'm just putting a little bit wet stuff on there so I can do the eyes. Mindy, would you take the carrots are in the bowl. Here, would you run that under hot water or boil some water? The carrots are over there. So to put the carrots in, you just take a knife and make a little slot and a little slot, if you can see this. I will. Nope, still not there. All right, guys, get out of the limelight. Let's let another buddy in. And we just stick the carrot right in the slot. Here's your ears. See that? The tails, by the way, are really thin spaghetti. They're actually ramen noodles that I had, but really thin spaghetti. I par cooked it. I cooked it halfway so that when I baked it in the oven, it would finish. But you look online, they say to use the raw pasta, but then it's really not edible. So this will be edible, these little tails. And for the eyes, you can take peas right there and right there. And look at that. Man, oh man, that guy's staring at you. Josh, are you scared?
There's a really good looking eye in the back right.
Oh, those are good.
Those are peas, frozen peas that I took out of the shell. So you just got the pea from the inside. So they're half because I think the ones in the skin were not going to fit. So you do this. You can take a tweezer and put these on. You can be like, a pro chef that you see all the time now doing things with tweezers. There we go. Whew. These guys are staring at us. Yeah, it doesn't need to be extremely is the pasta. So we've heated up my sauce. I'm going to pour some on these guys. But I think you get the idea here as I continue. Mindy is going to, yes, this is my ginger sauce. Oh, you're doing that? Okay. Yes. I pre-cooked my noodles. She's just going to heat them up. I mean, for the magic of TV, we don't even have to heat them up. I could heat them up later when it's dinner time. But I just try to do things real. It's a reality show, not just a cooking show. So, oh, and let me, yes. Oop, that one fell off. And okay, I think I got enough done here. And I'll tell you about the other. That's the one where the ear fell out. I can't let this guy go with only one ear. There. So these other ones, these eyeballs, don't they look nice? Several things you can do with those. The eyeball is actually a slice of string cheese, very thin slice, and I use green olives with pimento for the pupil, for the iris and the pupil. Okay, so we got the white of the eye, the iris, and the pupil there. And then I put them on and I stuck those back in the oven so the cheese would melt a little bit and look a little more realistic. Like here's a really nice one right there. Look at that little guy. Now, if you want to do even more, you can take some of your spaghetti noodles. And if you wanted, I mean, it depends how much time you want to take with this, but you could wrap it around there, make it look like, muscle strands and stuff that is just kind of hanging off because that eyeball just came out of the socket, you know. But either way, or I've seen pictures where you use puff pastry and wrap pastry around it and then bake them, and it looks like a mummy. So all sorts of fun things you can do with Halloween. Yep, you can take string cheese. Yeah, you shred one end and then tie it with a green of a scallion and then put a pretzel in the end and it looks like a witch's broom. Okay, so here we go. I think you get the idea. Is this simple enough? And yes, we need the sauce. Yes, yes. Here you go. Okay, you want a ladle?
I can leave.
I even had 2 forks out so you could toss it. And now, as an addition, I did have something here on the side. I hadn't tried that, but it seemed like it might be a good idea. I made some red rice, some red and black rice. And I thought maybe if I really wanted to be crazy, you could put some on their back. You really want to take your time and put enough there and make it look like fur. Okay. That's a lot of extra work. You may be too busy with the kids or the grandkids or trying to do that, take that time to do it. So nice and bloody, please. Nice and bloody.
Let's say hi to
There
some
we
of
go.
our
Yes, please
latecomers
do.
here. First off,
No,
Christina
no.
says, Dawn ain't what it used to be. You need a lot more to decrease anything. And I gave her the thumbs up.
I'm
Katie
sorry, what was
said,
that?
she said, Dawn ain't what it used to be. You need a lot more to degrease anything.
Oh, yeah, that power spray is just concentrated Dawn, I think,
Uh,
but it does work.
Katie says, geez, just made it. Hi, Katie. Dean says, hello. Hi, Dean.
Hi, guys. Hello. Okay, here we go. Oh, I lost my towel. No, it's all right. Oh, for the little mice, actually pick them up with a tong.
Yeah.
Oh, so these guys are gonna be laying around here and feeding in the pool here. Now you can also leave these plain and not on pasta. You know, if you're doing it like appetizers or hors d'oeuvres, you know, put forks in them and or just put them on a tray with some forks. Yeah. So, okay, here's our little. Mm,
Slide it back
mice
just a
with.
hair.
Yep.
Mmm.
Mice
Delicious.
with mice with worms or rats. And here we got the eyeballs.
Eyeball stew.
Yes, eyeball stew. Or we can mix them up too. I mean, you can put the rats there eating the eyeballs because you know rats would definitely eat some eyeballs. Yeah, okay, but I got another eyeball here. I got a couple more. Oh, I got a blind rat. Three blind mice. Here, these guys are gonna nibble on this one. Okay, put this back over there. You. Okay, we'll move him over. Slide in the eyeballs and our rat. I did not forget. This is my closing thing. So there we go. There's our little eyeball bowl of eyeballs. And you see his tail's hanging out here. Hmm? Oh, I could if I wanted to mess with it. I don't really want to mess with it because it does go up. I know, but that's not just see. You get me off. You get me guarded. Oh no, I don't want to try it. That's all too sticky. It'll pull my new crown off. Okay, so we're gonna enjoy that for dinner. Everybody like running into their kitchen to make this now? No? I'm surprised.
Let me tell you, you guys still have laying around your house a slow cooker. Best thing to do is make all the meatballs. You can do them either in the pot or like Rob said, to pre-cook them. Put the meatballs in the pot, put the sauce on top of it, cover it up, and you have a great appetizer for a party.
You get me a cup of ice, the blue, whole cubes is fine. No, I got the glass, just the blue, whatever, just fill some ice. Yes, thank you. All right, guys. So we're done with the food. We're done cooking. And I'm gonna wait while then you pull some ice. Okay. And as always, this is kind of a holiday and a fun time. So let's have an adult Halloween. I got a special Halloween cocktail for you. Okay. And again, you can make this non-alcoholic or alcoholic. I'm going to make mine with bourbon. Um, you could use whiskey. You could use dark rum. But this is a really nice little, quick little cocktail. And I called it, this was a Halloween cocktail. I didn't give it any other name. So what we start with is some sugar. Use a sugar cube. I got just over half a teaspoon of sugar here. Goes in the bottom of our shaker. I've got some Jamaican allspice bitters. Okay. You can use orange bitters if you want. You can use good old, if you have Pashad or if you have whatever the other brand, I can't think of it right now. So we put 3 or 4 drops on the sugar and we muddle it together. There we go. And get that all mixed up. Okay. And next goes 2 ounces of boivin. Oh, and the cider, please. Yes, cider. Do we want to use supposed to use a nice blend, a 4 grain, not too much all corn. So this one is corn and wheat and rye. There's 1 ounce. 2 ounces of bourbon. I need an ounce, a half ounce of apple cider. Okay. And we're going to put some of that ice in there. That's going to go in my glass. Put the lid on. Shake, shake, shake. Tom, are you following this one? You're going to make this for the night, flavor up that your moonshine. Okay. All nice and done. This is a little bit of a big glass, but that's all right. Look at that. Nice looking cocktail.
Push it
And we're
just
going to
a
garnish
slight
it.
bit forward for me. Nice.
We're going to garnish it with a toasted cinnamon stick. I toasted in my oven, or you can do it in a pan, and an orange peel. And the orange peel, we're going to try to, orange peel has orange oil in it, and lemon does the same thing. So if you put a match in front of it and squeeze it, it kind of ignites. And we'll see. I left this out. It may have been sitting on the counter too long. But if you just toast it, nope, we couldn't get I need a fresh one. I am squeezing, honey. No, that's okay. So, well, if you want me to show that. So you've done the orange peel, because it's gotten pretty soft. I did that earlier today I ate it. That was my lunch. So if you give me an orange. Okay. Now, nice fresh orange. We'll try it again. We'll experiment. And then we're gonna, come on, baby. Oh, there we go. Did you see that? Maybe not. That little flash. Oh, well, I'm going to burn my fingers, what I'm going to do. Did you guys see that? Did you see that, Josh?
I feel like we caught it, but it's just so fast.
Yeah, it is. Well, I'll try it right in front of it. A little bit more forward here. Yeah, it is just a little quick spark. But the little bits of does fall into the drink and help flavor it. Oh, why waste it? Put another orange in there. And there we go, a special Halloween beverage for the adults. Now you can sip it through your cinnamon stick if you want, or just cheers.
You can't drink without me.
Pretty good. Pretty good, guys. Put you in a good mood to answer that doorbell
Ooh,
all night.
yummy.
Mm-hmm.
One of our neighbors, we all live in cul-de-sacs. The trick-or-treating means pulling your chairs out, your table, your booze, and you sit and chat and drink with the neighbors while the kids go crazy down the street. So this is the popcorn ball.
Yep.
And Will I break my teeth eating it?
No.
No, it's still
It's
pulls apart.
sticky.
It's not even sticky.
Well,
It will be in your mouth.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
That's sticky. Hmm. If you like molasses, it's a winner.
Yep. Hmm.
Yum. Okay, folks. So come on back, Mindy. Well, that's it for Halloween, guys. We were making this a quickie. Any more questions or comments from
No,
our gallery?
Karen says fabulous.
Great. And Karen, I didn't make the spider because I thought you'd be here.
We had full intentions of making spiders.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, I want to thank you for joining us. Go get ready to answer your doorbell.
And see you next week,
And yeah, we'll be doing one
November 6th.
next Thursday. Will be our Everything Apples, which is our autumn show. And after that, we will do a Thanksgiving show where I'm going to demonstrate preparing and carving turkeys. A lot of people ask about how do we carve a turkey and do it good. So I want to thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit that like button and share and put the reminders on and tell your friends about it.
And please try the recipes
And
and let us know.
I'll be posting those later today on the Aortic support group page on the home page under files. So until next week, thanks for joining us. I'm Rob Seltzer, the Aortic Chef.
Mindy Seltzer, the aortic dietitian, and
Same.
have a happy, ghostly Halloween.
Don't eat too much candy.